Arsene Wenger has now doubled down on his fan call-out, going as far as to say the home crowd is the reason for Arsenal not winning championship this year. That and much more on this episode of the American Gooners Podcast. I'm your host, Zach. I am joined, as always, by the true Gooner himself, Morgan. Morgan, it is your fault. You're my fault. Arsenal did not win a title this year.
It is my fault for coming in to this season expecting to win the title and then seeing the fall of Chelsea, Man City, and Man U, leaving us right there, leaving the door open for us to win the league, only to let it slip away to Leicester City and, shall I say, or Tottenham. It is my fault for Olivier Giroud sucking.
What is it now? 14 games?
Yeah. I don't want to get too far ahead. I'll kind of wait until we start talking about the Arsenal game. But I have something funny to tell you because I was listening to it when I was at work and just hearing what the announcers on the radio had to say will make you laugh.
We will look forward to that. Before we get started, and on our beloved Gunners, we had leg one of the Champions League semifinal matches this week. Real Madrid versus Manchester City and Bayern Munich versus Atletico Madrid. We'll start off with Real Madrid versus Manchester City. It was a snooze fest. Cristiano Ronaldo did not play. He was injured. And then Benzema actually got hurt early in the match, so he was out too. Neither team had much offense. Manchester City lost Silva early in the match to injury. I would really like to see all three of those guys on the pitch because that was a boring game.
Yeah, when you take those three out, it kind of changes the whole game just a little bit, especially when you take out Benzema and Ronaldo, which Ronaldo, he might be out for the second leg, and Ronaldo and Benzema are both out for Real Madrid's next league game. So hoping they can come back healthy. I'm more of a Messi fan, but Ronaldo is the second best in the world, and he needs to be out there playing against Man City. It's because I don't want to see Man City make it to the championship game. That's the last thing I want to see.
I want to see Real Madrid go through, but I just want to see a good match, and that was not. It wasn't like it was good defense. It was just piss poor offense.
Well, I mean, coming into the game, we were both pretty excited. We both thought that, this game, even the final four games would be real close. But this game with City going up against Real Madrid, I kind of expected it to be a lot better than it was. I mean, a 0-0 tie. That's not what you expect, especially if you're a bet man and you went to put money on it. That was the last thing that you expected was for neither team to score a goal.
Oh, definitely not that. That's where we're at. The game was in Manchester. Leg 2 will be on Wednesday, my birthday actually, May 4th, and it'll be in Real Madrid's home stadium. The other match we had, Atletico versus Bayern, and in a 1-0 win for Atletico. And it's not a surprising result. I think we both, after what Atletico did to Barcelona at home, it's not shocking. What shocked me the most was the amount of possession and chances Bayern had and didn't put them away. They had 74% of possession and chances galore.
Yeah, like I said, that was the only one. I actually tried to stream it, but I always depend on you to give me play-by-plays, and I kind of go back and look at it. That goal by Atletico was just spectacular. I forget the guy's name, but he took on 4 players. It was something that you've seen Messi do back a few years ago, where he just kind of took it down the left flank and dribbled through almost the whole team. That's kind of what it reminded me of. He got by the first defender, and then he went to his left to get by the second one, and the third one came in for his left side, and he had a quick touch, just a little quick turn. It was amazing to watch. I watched it over and over and over again just because it was just a spectacular goal, and it was perfect placement. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better goal. And to be one of the Final Four teams, that's kind of what you would expect.
Saul Naguez, I believe is how you say it. Naguez.
Yeah.
Saul Naguez was the goal scorer. And what I thought was funny from this match was Vidal. I messaged you and I said the game was getting a little chippy. There were some heated moments. Vidal was actually complaining about Atletico players flopping, if you can believe that, after what he did 2 weeks ago.
You said they were complaining about flopping?
My dad was just crying the whole time. I'm like, dude, you of all people, you are not the spokesperson for this. Not at all.
No. He's like, he's the now, he's the GOAT of diving.
He is the GOAT of diving. He's so good, he got them a penalty kick. That's how good he is at diving.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's the last person who should be complaining about diving.
He was acting like a punk too. So the whole match, he was just being childish. Almost glad he didn't sign with Arsenal. Almost.
but you know, that was a lot better game than the Real Madrid Man City.
Oh, it was definitely exciting.
But I expect leg 2 to be a lot more exciting than what leg 1 was.
And leg 2 will be on Tuesday. That game will be on Tuesday, May 3rd in Bayern. And I have to say, I know we picked Bayern, but it still feels like it's theirs to win.
Yeah, that's what I hope. Especially since my buddy Q was talking crap, saying it's going to be an all Spanish League championship game with Atletico and Real Madrid. So I really hope Bayern pulls it off, because I was talking crap to him back, and I said, no, Bayern's going to win. Then Bayern comes out and doesn't win.
I mean, they didn't get that all-important away goal, but we've seen Bayern do this. They were down 2-0, 4-2 aggregate to Juventus, going to the second half of League 2, and they scored 4 goals at home.
4 goals, yeah. So they can score. They can score in a hurry. So they're definitely going to play with a little bit of fire, a little bit more sense of urgency in leg 2.
And Germany, you talk about the top clubs in Germany, Wolfsburg, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern. That's not an easy place to go to with those fans in that atmosphere and win a match. I think Atletico is going to have to really park the bus, because if they get extended, Bayern's going to beat them.
Yeah, I do expect the City Real Madrid game to be a little bit more tactical. Man City will probably park the bus a little bit more than any of them. So I expect that game to be a little more of a tactical game, a little bit more strategy, a little bit more taking your time, trying to set it up, versus Atletico and Bayern. I think that one will be a high-scoring game. I mean, there should be at least 3 or 4 goals scored in that one, just because Bayern's going to come out and, I mean, they know that they have to win this game, so they have to score. They can't settle for another 1-0 loss. Like, they have to win this one. It's either this one or go home. So,
and
I think it'll be a lot more exciting.
And they have to be really, really careful on defense, because if they didn't get an away goal either, so if Atletico scores 1 and Bayern scores 2, Atletico still goes through on away goals.
Yeah.
So they've got to be really, really careful on defense, and they've got to put balls in the net, which they didn't. They had great opportunities. And that goalkeeper for Atletico, my gosh, he balled out.
Yeah, he seems to be on a good little tear here as of late. I mean, he's kind of been the backbone for that team.
Oh, yeah, that whole defensive unit has been they shut out Barcelona and Bayern at home in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good.
It's definitely a good start. I mean, they had to feel good going into Bayern, going into League 2. I mean, they had to have, just filled with confidence. Just going into that game, knowing that they can do it.
Yeah.
That everyone else has been doubting them. We have been doubting them up until now.
I don't know if I doubted them, because I did say in the last episode I really, really want to pick Atletico with the way they're playing. I will stand by my pick with Bayern Munich to go through. But know this, with the way they've been playing, I did take notice. So I'm not doubting them. I just think Bayern's the better overall team.
Yeah, but that was up until now. I mean, going up against Barcelona, we thought that would have been a cakewalk for Barcelona.
Okay, we did do that. We were wrong there. We didn't see Barcelona going through that terrible stretch though either. They were bad.
No, but they did finally turn around. What, they had like 6 goals in one game, or
yeah, I think it's 8-0. They went 8-0, then 6-0, back to back. We didn't talk about that last week.
Yeah, no, and didn't Suarez had didn't he have like seven goals total in those 2 games?
He had a lot. I think it was 6. It was a lot.
I can't remember. Yeah. I thought he had 4 in one and then a hat trick in the other.
Yeah, he definitely had 4 and 3 assists in the first one. Yeah. And he pretty much erased Ronaldo's. Like, Ronaldo being out is bad for him because he might lose the golden boot race now in La Liga. Yeah, Luis Suarez now has 34 goals. So before that, he had 31. It was 31 to 27 in 2 weeks. He's put in 7. Now it's 34. Here's how ridiculous La Liga is. Are you ready? Here are the top 7 goal scorers: Luis Suarez, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Karim Benzema, Neymar, Antonio Griezmann, and Gareth Bale. 6 of the 7 are the front threes of Barcelona and Real Madrid. and one Atletico sprinkled in there in Griezmann. That is insane.
That just shows you how ridiculous they are up top.
How many?
Lord.
I mean, Barcelona's top 3 alone has over 70 goals combined.
I didn't think Arsenal scored 70 goals total as a team this year.
82 goals combined by those 3 alone. Hold on, I gotta look that up now. You got me curious.
Yeah.
Arsenal has 58 goals. We're getting outscored by their front 3 by 24 goals. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Now, to be fair, they've outscored every single EPL.
Okay, because that's what I was curious on if they'd outscored every EPL team.
They have outscored the closest one. It looks like is Manchester City at 66, so 16 behind. 16 behind. Our top goal scoring team is 16 behind their front 3.
Oh my gosh! Now I wonder what the total is for them.
For Barcelona?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have all the goals. It's got to be close. There's no way. No, they have like 90-something because the goal differential that's been erased too. Actually, I think in 2 games, Barcelona erased the 9 goal differential Real Madrid had. Yeah, they're now they were 9 back and now they're 1 up. That's right.
Wow.
102 goals for Barcelona, and those 2 have 82 of them. Real Madrid has 104 total. They're a little more team oriented.
They have 104 total, and we had what, 52?
Yeah, 50.
So they doubled us.
They almost doubled us. Yes. Yeah, pretty close.
Doubled us.
Almost doubled us.
That just tells you how far we are from them. I mean,
the Real Madrid front 3 has outscored the entire EPL as well, but they're a little more team oriented. I think they have 72. So they're 72 and 104. So they're a little more. There's a couple other guys who can score goals in that squad. That's ridiculous. How far away are we?
How far away the EPL is?
Jesus.
I mean, I guess we might as well root for Man City. I mean, at least hold it down for the Premier League a little bit.
No, I can't do that.
No, you're right.
How watered down is that league? Because their goals against are ridiculous too. 29 for Barcelona, 32 for Real Madrid. Atletico has only given up 16 goals this season. Wow. We've given up 34. So their Those two teams are scoring more goals than us and giving up less. Now, again, it is La Liga versus EPL, and we could go into that debate. That's probably a debate for a different time. Obviously, we both think the EPL is a better top to bottom league for sure. There's no Leicester City in La Liga coming out of nowhere and winning the league.
No,
it's always the same 2 and now 3 with Atletico. We'll go ahead and move on. We'll go ahead and move on from that. We'll have that debate another time. We'll do that another time.
I agree with you. From top to bottom, the EPL is a far better league in the world. They're the best league in the world. From the top of Leicester City to the middle of the pack to what? Liverpool? You can't argue.
Yeah. And it won't be a debate then. It would be a argument for. We'll have that conversation a different time.
Yeah.
We'll move on to our beloved Gunners. Our Arson FC is what it's going to be known as now, because apparently that's what it is, with Kroenke as the lead owner. So we had three.
No, it's Morgan and Zach FC, since it's our fault.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess it's not our fault. It's the fans who actually attended the games this year. It's all of your fault for setting up a bad atmosphere. So Morgan and you and I are safe. We're good Gunners fans because we don't go to matches. Apparently, we're the good ones. So the ones that go to the matches, you're terrible.
You mean the ones that are holding up signs saying "Wenger out"?
Oh, terrible atmosphere. That's why you can't win at home.
Yeah.
But our beloved Arsenal FC had 3 matches in a week span last week against the 15th, 16th, and at the time in relegation zone 18th teams in the table. It's now 15, 16, 17 after our letdown, 5 points. 3 of the worst teams in the league, 5 points in a week. We drew with Sunderland on Sunday, and we deserved it.
Yeah, that was icing on the cake. Like I said, I was out working, I was listening to it. And every time Giroud touched the ball, the announcers were laughing. They were laughing at Olivier Giroud because, and I quote, he looks lost, and I quote, he doesn't know what to do when he gets the ball. The freaking announcers are making fun of him because he doesn't know what to do with the ball, because he looked lost. He doesn't look like he should be in the starting 11, let alone on the freaking team, because he doesn't know what he's doing when he's out there. He's like a lost puppy.
How many weeks have I been saying that, Morgan? Give credit where credit is due.
Weeks? You've been saying it for like a year now.
Probably, I think the first match I ever watched, I was like, who is this guy and why does he suck so bad? So it's probably been about 2 years now. Two full seasons now of me Giroud bashing. And what do I know, though? Here's how bad it was, Morgan. Okay, so he's a back-to-goal striker. We all know that. There's nothing totally wrong with that. But he was leaning backwards on the defender. The ball would come to his feet. The defender would sidestep, and he'd fall on his butt every time. He would fall down when he touched the ball and then lose it. And then, of course, lose it, obviously, because he fell down because he's leaning on the guy, and all the guy does is a little ole, and there's Giroud on the ground for no reason at all. And now they're counterattacking us because Giroud is terrible. And at one time, he was on the left wing, so, the left side of the pitch, like a left winger, and he just kicks the ball out of bounds.
He's a freaking joke.
He is terrible.
You know it's bad when the announcers are making fun of you.
Oh.
When the announcers make fun of you, that means it's time to hang up the boots. Hang them up. Take them, tie them together, thrown over a power line, and pretend he never played football because you, sir, are freaking atrocious. Why is he still in a Gunner kit?
That's Wenger's boy, man. That's his countryman. He's tall.
And that's why Wenger is going to be fired. That's why the fans are calling for Wenger to be out.
No, that's why we're calling
crap like this.
That's why we're calling for him to be out. I guarantee he does not get fired because I did not know that the Kroenke who owns Arsenal is the Stan Kroenke who just uprooted an NFL franchise that he owns and moved them from one city that loved their football, loved their Rams, and took them to LA for more money. This guy doesn't care about wins, losses, or titles. He cares about money. Him and his Petter stash. And he loves his Arsene Wenger getting him top 4 in that Champions League money every year. So we're stuck. I didn't know that. I just put it together this week that's the same Kroenke who I've been listening to for the last year. Because I live in the Kansas City area. The St. Louis team moving has been a big talk. And they're all saying Stan Kroenke, Stan Kroenke. It just now clicked. That's the same douche.
Yeah, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. We are the freaking laughing stock right now of the EPL. We are a laughing stock. We tied Sunderland. Are you serious?
At home, too.
You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Hold on, Morgan. They were fighting for their lives, Morgan, according to Arsene Wenger. They were a team fighting for their Premier League lives. Why are we fighting for top 4, Morgan? He's doing relegation fighting for their lives. Why aren't you fighting for your top 4? That's the only thing you have left. That's it.
I don't know how you can put fighting for their lives in the same sentence as playing against freaking Sunderland. Playing against a relegation team. A team that Tottenham, Leicester City, and Man U and Man City would easily be, if not run through.
You know what I found most disturbing about your comment?
What's that?
It's a year where Chelsea is down in 9th, 10th place. We're ahead of Man U. We're ahead of Liverpool. Aston Villa is getting relegated. Yet we are still the laughingstock. And it's true. You're right.
We are.
You got all this nonsense going on, and we're the laughingstock.
We are in place to make the championship league again. But yeah, we're the laughingstock because we can't beat or barely beat relegated or relegation teams. We barely beat these teams. But yeah, we're supposed to be fighting for a top 4 or fighting for the top spot. We are fighting for hoping to still claw our way back up to at least Tottenham, if not maybe find our way back to Leicester City, and you tie a team that is about to get relegated. That was happy with the tie. That was praying that they could just stay with us and tie us. That was like a win for them.
They cheered like they won.
Yeah. Oh, they were happy. And freaking Yeldon, I love him for Team USA, but Yeldon played the game of his life.
He did.
Every 10 seconds, I feel like they were calling out his name. It was like Yeldon. It was like over and over again. He was probably about the most consistent name being called throughout the whole 2 hours of the match that I was listening to. And they even said that he's been the best player on the pitch. So he did his part. I mean, I hope he brings a little bit of that to Team USA or to the national team. And I was happy to see and hear that he did good. But that was one game I wish he left it at home.
He sure didn't. He brought that Tottenham hate. Sunderland is now out of the relegation zone on goal differential. They're tied with Norwich City in points at 31, but they have a +7 goal differential on Norwich. So Norwich is now officially in the relegation zone this week. Who we play this weekend, another team in the relegation zone now, and we'll probably draw.
We're just fighting to stay in that 4th spot now. We're just hoping and praying that we can stay there.
And we got a little lucky. Liverpool lost to Villarreal in the Europa League. They're still in the second leg. They lost 1-0. But if they win and we're number 4 and they win the Europa League, we're not in the Champions League. We're in the Europa League. They take our spot. The top 4 is not a guarantee this year of going to Champions League next year.
No.
Here's my last comment from Winger because I do want to move on because we harped on this pretty good last week. We had a really long episode last week, but we had some things to say about our Gunners. I don't want to harp on it too much, but obviously his comments this week were pretty stupid. He said, we lost the championship at home against the lower teams, but we played at home in a very difficult climate. We have to realize that away from home, we are championship winners. At home against smaller teams, we lost the league. Here are some away games from the championship winners. Are you ready? You had in the Champions League the group stage at Dynamo, lost 1-2. Next game, Chelsea and EPL, lost 2-0. You had Sheffield Wednesday in the Capital One Cup. Sheffield Wednesday away, 3-0 loss in the Capital One Cup. Bayern Munich away, 5-1 loss. West Brom away, 2-1 loss. What is he talking about? Oh, here's my favorite one. Southampton away, 4-0. You played like championship winners away, and at home is where you lost it? What are you talking? 4-0 to Southampton away, and you're championship winners away?
Losing to Sheffield Wednesday? Are you serious? He's so full of crap. There is no way he can get up in the mornings and look at himself in the mirror and repeat everything that you just said and repeat that in the mirror to himself and actually believe what he's saying. There's no way that he believes what he's saying. No. How?
Here's the problem, Morgan. I think he does. I think he truly believes that he is the Mecca and he's the reason that we're a great club. We were a great club before Arsene Wenger. He didn't make Arsenal great. Arsenal's been great for decades. Have they had down years? Sure. Have we always been top 4 with him? Sure. Are we ever going to win a title with him again? No.
Yeah, it's the only good things that came away from that game was Wilshere made his first appearance, so that was good to see him back on the pitch. He started strong, but he kind of didn't do a whole lot. And Ozil, you actually shared this with me, and I was actually wanting to save it because I was going to share it with you here. But Ozil breaks the record for most chances created in a season since 2003. He had 137 chances created. The old record was held by Frank Lampard. Was the 08-09 season that he had with Chelsea, and that was at 134. So the good news, Wilshere comes back. Ozil breaks a record. 137 chances. How do you have 101 person creates 137 chances, breaks the record, and you score what 52, 54 goals in a season?
58.
How does that even add up? 58. How does that even add up?
You have Giroud in the end of a lot of those.
God. How does that even make sense? 137 chances created by one man, one guy. That's laughable.
This summer, we all said the same thing. After we got Peter Cech, first of all, signing Peter Cech for $10 million, easiest decision you can make. Of course, we all said yes to that. We all said the same thing. We need 2 players. We need a lead striker, and we need another true center back in front of Cech. He didn't get those. If we would have gotten those, I guarantee we win this title. Easy win.
Yeah,
guaranteed. But with Giroud and Mertesacker in the back line or Gabriel in the back line, this is what you get. We all knew it was coming once he didn't sign anybody. This is not a surprise to me at this point because Giroud is who I thought he was and who I've been saying he was for 2 years. And people are just not thinking
and you were right. Well, you're right. I mean, me and you went back and forth on it, and I said, no, give him a chance. But his chances are long gone. I mean, we're here to win a title, and this was our year to win a title. but freaking Leicester City with the the least amount of money spent on players. The whole payroll is, I believe, least, if not bottom 3 in the league, and they're about to win a title. How does that happen?
Mahrez, I think, was at less than a $1 million transfer, and he was just the EPL Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have Ozil and Sanchez, 35 and 48 million, being wasted because you have nobody up front who could really be a dominant striker. You have Welbeck, who we love,
and it's probably why they're both going to be leaving too.
Oh yeah. If Sanchez went to Bayern and Ozil to Barca, I wouldn't hate him. I wouldn't be shocked. I would actually understand. That's how sad of a state we're in right now.
Yeah. And it's sad that we're in 4th place and we feel this way. But after a while, it's like that argument that we just made watching the NFL draft, and we were going back and forth on your Lions and my Bengals. You know, once you make the playoffs so many times, okay, now it's time to go to the next level. Now it's time to actually win a game. It's the same thing. Okay, you make it to top 4. Let's actually try and win something now. Like, after a while, that's not good enough, and that's not the Arsenal way. You should not be happy with just a top 4 finish, with just a round of 16, with just the FA Cup.
And the round of 16s haven't been really that close either. We've been getting beat down.
No. Yeah. Oh, I mean, playing against Barcelona kind of showed you where we were against, the other top teams in the world. I mean, those 2 games showed you that we're not even close.
No. Nope. But we'll wrap up Arsenal. We play tomorrow at 11:30 against Norwich, another team relegation. They were off last week. They were both postponed. Their opponent, Watford, was in the FA Cup. The other games that happened on last weekend, and I saw a couple of these, Manchester City beat Stoke 4-0. To retake 3rd place, we are now officially in Wenger's favorite spot, 4th, as we mentioned. Crystal Palace versus Everton was postponed. Both those teams were in the FA Cup semifinals. Chelsea beat Bournemouth 4-1. Newcastle-Liverpool, one of the matches I watched, was a phenomenal match. They drew 2-2. Liverpool went up 2-0 in the first half, and I was like, oh, great. Here we go again. I picked Newcastle, and they're going to get destroyed. I picked Newcastle on a feeling, and they're going to get destroyed. Luckily, they had a great second half and took at least a point for me.
And you were giving me crap for my pick against Tottenham, and how'd that turn out for you?
Can we get there first? He loves to jump ahead, man. He's all about that. I'm trying to get my.
I like to gloat. Let me
really
gloat for a little bit, will you?
Hey, prove me wrong.
Right.
You weren't really right, though. I mean, it wasn't a win. But
it wasn't a loss.
And Southampton beat Aston Villa 4-2. Aston Villa actually showed a little fight, which was surprising and good. But they still lost 4-2. And they're still going down. Norwich Watford's postponed. West Ham Man United was postponed. Manchester United, I got to say that. Man United was in the FA Cup semifinal. Arsenal Sunderland 0-0, as mentioned. Leicester, without Jamie Vardy, beat down Swansea 4-0. And I watched that one too. It was less close than the scoreline says. They got beat down, Swansea did.
Yeah, I was listening to the first half of that, and it got out of hand that I just turned it off. I just turned it to the Watford game because it just sounded like, from what the announcers were saying, that it wasn't even close. And Mahrez came out like I told you he would and have a great game. I mean, he didn't have Vardy there, so it was his time to shine, and he did. He kind of solidified his player of the year right there.
Oh, yeah, certainly did. And they show they're not a one-man team. They are a complete – Morgan, I'm going to say this with the utmost sincerity that I can. They are a complete – they have no weaknesses. They're a complete team. Goalkeeping, outstanding. Their defense was awesome. Their midfield, man, those guys start counterattacks and make passes that make Ozil and our team look silly. And you have Marez on the outside. Doesn't matter who you put up front, apparently. Their backup striker had 2 goals before he got hurt. And then they have a kid, Demario Gray, who came off the bench who looked really good. A 19-year-old right winger who looked really good.
That's a team set up to win the league, which they're 1 win away from sealing it up.
Which I just found out we were talking about Mahrez and Vardy going a few episodes ago. Tiante, this the midfielder they have, who's key for a lot of counterattacks. He is now getting looked at by PSG and Real Madrid. And now, and Juventus now. So he might go too.
You could have a whole new team going into next season for him, and could go from first to worst. You go from winning the league to relegation, just like that.
I don't know, because they're going to get some money off these players. Like they bought Vardy, Mahrez, and Tiante cheap, and they're about to get some money to reboot. As long as they don't pull an Aston Villa, get some money and don't buy players, they'll be fine. Because they're about to get paid. No, the club and the players are about to get paid.
Yeah, but it's no. I don't see them holding on to being one of the top 10s. Once, hopefully, we get the players that we need to get. Chelsea will come up, and Man City will add players, and Man U will come back on the rise. I don't see Leicester City being able to keep up.
Man United is reportedly going to spend $300 million on players this summer.
Yeah, they're not playing around. Them and Man City are out to spend money. I'm
just hoping for like a $50 million striker. Just give me one. I'll take it. I'll take a $15 million center back if you give me a $50 million striker. I'm good. I don't need $300 million. Just give me one. But alas, I'll be disappointed.
We would never think of spending $300 million. Wenger would never, ever, ever, ever do that.
Oh no. I don't think he spent $300 million his entire time there.
No. Jesus, Lord, no.
He's giving it up though. So that is
up his job.
Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. And then of course we finished the week with Tottenham drawing with West Brom 1-1. And I messaged you after Tottenham scored early. And it looked like they were going to dominate the game. I was like, thanks for the West Brom pick. And then as soon as I get home, you're like, I wasn't wrong. Look again. You douche.
I had to glow. I had to rub it in.
I mean, I'm not mad about Tottenham drawing. I just wish we would have won and gained a little ground, but we didn't. But Tottenham drawing does not affect me at all.
No, but it just made me feel good because you gave me crap about it, and then it winded up 1-1. It winded up in the tie, which is a win in my book.
You are so
I went out on a limb. On that one. I had a feeling.
Oh, shut up! Shut up with you and your feelings. You were tired of picking Tottenham and Manchester United all the time.
Yeah, I had to go out there. So listen, I got winners. You want to make money? Listen to me. Listen to what I tell you. Take it to your bookies. You'll be winners.
But you didn't win. You drew. They would lose money. Like we give ourselves a point for draws. In reality, they'll lose money on you right now. So what are you talking about? Don't tell them.
I'm saying that I give out winners.
Oh my gosh.
What's our pick'em standings? You know what our pick'em standings are?
You're winning right now, but I'm actually calculating. I'm calculating right now. Shh. I didn't finish calculating with the Tottenham stuff.
It doesn't matter. I can tell you. I got winners.
You don't have winners.
I'm all day.
You're an idiot. So we look at the EPL standings.
I got my insiders.
Well, why don't we even stop it? This is the American Gooners Podcast, not Two Blue and OSU. Don't go to that character. It'll drive me up the wall. So if we look at the table, the only real moves were us sliding back to fourth, City up to third, Sunderland up out of the relegation zone to 17th, and Norwich down in the relegation zone to 18th. Yeah, Norwich now, Newcastle, and Aston Villa in the relegation zone. Villa's relegated. Newcastle is 1 point back, but they're a game up, so it could be as much as 4 of Sunderland, depending what happens this weekend. Stoke City. We have Stoke City this weekend. Norwich has us, and Newcastle plays against Crystal Palace. So it could be with the way Rafael Benitez has them playing, they might be able to pull one out. They just got to hope Sunderland and Norwich lose this weekend, which Stoke can beat Sunderland. But Stoke might also be mid-table celebrating like Swansea was. They can't reach Europe.
I just hope we get a win, man. That's what I'm more worried about.
Is an Arsenal W.
Why you like at this point? Why are we worried about it? Like we know what we're gonna do. We know what's gonna happen. We know what kind of team we're gonna see.
Because if we drop out of the top 4, I will lose my shit.
Well,
because
I'm gonna be
3 episodes. We were talking about making a run to second, and then we might not make a top 4. We might not make it to the championship league.
I mean, I'd be right there with you, but really, should we be surprised? This is the team of letdown. This summer, we get so amped up after getting checked, and we want more, we expect more, we keep reading more, letdown. Start of the season, we get up, we're near the top of the table. We see all these teams below us doing bad who should be near the top. We have Leicester and Tottenham up there with us. We get excited. We can win this. Letdown. We're going to finish top 4. Oh, we can still do it. Letdown. I would not be shocked if that happens. That's the mood of our club right now. It's a letdown club. And this is why the fans aren't showing up. This is why 10,000 empty seats at the Emirates on last Thursday.
Yeah. And this is why the 3 biggest Arsenal supporter clubs are joining forces to pretty much start a petition to get rid of Wenger. They're going to show up to the game and be loud as they can and show their displeasure with Wenger and try and force this man out of his job because change needs to be made.
Dude, the draft is this weekend. Kroenke's in LA for the draft, NFL draft. He's not going to see those fans. He's not going to see those protests. He probably not even going to give a shit about those protests.
No, he doesn't because he's still making money. If the fans want to buy a ticket and go and boo, they're still buying a ticket.
Yep. We would have to have an empty Emirates Stadium for anybody to ever take notice. And that'll never happen because we love the club too much. I mean, we still come to support, and I say we because I am a fan, and I may not be at the game. I wake up hella early to watch these games, dude. So I feel confident saying we. I'm giving them TV money from the stateside. You're welcome.
The only thing that worries me about the fans showing up and booing and waving their flags and their signs around is you're kind of pushing Sanchez and Ozil out the door with that. Like, I don't want to see those 2 players go at all. But if you're not showing up to games, you're protesting, you're waving your signs around saying Wenger out and booing the team as a whole, who the hell would want to play for that?
Well, I mean, honestly, Chelsea did that, and they still have their players. Liverpool did that. Now they have Jurgen Klopp and are winning. I mean, I think
they made their changes. But they made their changes. When are we going to make our change?
I think the players can recognize when the fans are fed up with a manager and not the team. I mean, personally, I'm fed up with the team as a whole, too, because I think they lack any heart or ambition at all. I think it's pretty obvious with the core that we have, it's not a winning side at all.
No.
So I am fed up with them, too, because it's pitiful to watch them get up early and then blow it because they get complacent, or give up a goal and then give up because they drop their heads and feel sorry for themselves.
I mean, I wish I was a fly on the wall as soon as the game's over and they go into the locker room, just to hear their conversations, just to see what they're talking about, just to kind of see what the mood is in our locker room, because that can't be a good mood. And I'm surprised there isn't a lot more bickering and fighting going on. I mean, just between players. Because how would you not?
Let's move on from those clowns. We wasted enough energy on talking about the same stuff We're the Broken Record Show. Thank you for listening to the Broken Record Show. We'll move on. So we're going to move on to a topic that has recently been on my mind. It's been a topic on Sirius XM FC and ESPN FC radio the past couple weeks. And that's Bob Bradley and the lack of American managers abroad. And I started doing research on this, and I realized what kind of epidemic this really is, and how negative other countries view Americans in the world of football. Here's a quote from an American manager in the 3rd division of Germany. It's Joe Enochs from VfL Osnabrück. In Europe, we are seen as non-experts in football. And I'm curious to we had this manager, Bob Bradley, who was a great MLS manager, took Chicago Fire. They won the league. He won 2 cups there with Chicago Fire, was coach of the year in 98. He went 111, 20, and 67 with the Chicago Fire. And then he went to the Metro Stars, made it to a cup final, went to Chavez USA, made the playoffs when they were struggling, became the manager of Team USA. He had one of his teams had the largest victory in Men's USA history, 8-0. They won the 2007 Gold Cup. He beat Mexico pretty consistently. Did a lot of good things. Ended up getting fired after a Mexico loss. Going to Egypt, where he was the manager of their national team and almost qualified for the World Cup with Egypt during a time of civil unrest in that country. Went to, I think, the top league in Norway, I believe, and took a struggling team that was constantly going from relegation to back to top, relegation back to top, took them to 3rd place in a Europa League position, and had the highest top-level point total in their 25-year history. Like the only point total high they ever had higher was when they were in the 2nd league, when they won it to get put to the top. And now he's at a French League 2 team, La Havre, and they're not going to get promoted. A couple weeks ago, I said he might get up there. They're in 4th now. But still, with the club he has, with 56 points, they've done a really good job. And I'm just thinking to myself, how is this guy not a better candidate for Aston Villa or Newcastle or Norwich or Sunderland? How come a manager like Bob Bradley with so much experience and obviously so much proof that he can turn things around in places doesn't get a chance at a top European league? Morgan, what is this stigma against us as Americans?
I read a couple different articles and was trying to wrap my mind around it, and it is hard. It's puzzling when you look at his stats and look what he's done. Look at the teams that he's turned around. For him not to get a chance in the Premier League, but we're not respected a whole lot over there. They don't. There was no way that they're going to respect an American head coach coming in there because they already have the idea that we don't know what the hell we're talking about. It's hard enough for players to gain respect on a team. That's one of the articles that I was reading. I forget who it was that was quoted, but he said that they're not respected. They have to gain the respect as an American player going over there to play. So if that's just a player going out there and play, how are you as a coach going to get a whole team to respect you, knowing that you are an American? Because in essence, we are a laughingstock. That's what
We are. As American soccer, you are the laughingstock for the rest of the world. You are not respected as real football players.
Well, I can understand that if he was coming straight from the MLS. And we have a lot of young, talented MLS coaches who I think could go over to Europe and be successful. And I think some should go over and be assistant managers under some people and gain that European experience. But this is Bob Bradley. He has worldwide experience now. It's not just MLS experience now. He's had 2 national teams and now 2 European clubs where he's turned them into winners. They're not just getting by. They're winning, or were winning with him. I don't know why they let him go from the Norway team or Norway club. They finished 3rd with him, their highest point total ever in the top level. And they let him go. And now he's in French. And he couldn't even get another top league. Like, I'm not even talking Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, EPL. I'm not even talking those. I'm talking like Belgium, Eredivisie. Well, what does he have to do? And what do we have to do as a football nation to garner that respect? Is it only based on national team success? If our national team does well, does that automatically mean that we know football now?
The rest of the world don't see us as that. They don't look at us as real football fans, real football players. They just look at us like we're a bunch of Yankees. I mean, that's what we are, just a bunch of Yanks who don't know what we're talking about, don't know what we're watching. And that's the reality of being an American football fan, an American football player. You aren't respected because that's not what your history is. But if somebody will break through the ranks, I'm actually surprised Bruce Arena, the coach for the national team before Bradley. I'm actually surprised he didn't get a chance, but he's kind of stayed with the MLS. He was with DC United, the Red Bulls. Now he's been with the Galaxy since I believe about like 2008.
Yeah.
So, like his thing is staying with the MLS. I don't know if he's ever tried to venture out, to the Premier League or to another country to try and coach, but he's kind of stayed with American soccer for the longest time. And he's one guy who I thought could have had a chance to go somewhere and play. I mean, he's been a successful coach everywhere that he's gone. I mean, he was a success with the men's national team. Hell, he had, I think, like 71 wins just with the national team. So he's a guy who I thought could have had a chance. I never looked at Bob Bradley as that type of coach until I started to do a little bit of research and listen to what you just said. But I think of a player like if Dempsey wanted to coach, if Donovan wanted to coach, hell, if Howard wanted to coach, I think they could have a slight chance just because they had some stints and some success over in the Premier League playing. So I think they already have the respect of fans over there. So I can see those guys kind of having a chance, but I don't see a guy like Bradley going or Bruce Arena going. Which I hate to say it.
It's funny you bring up Arena because Arena is actually one of the guys that Bradley learned under from first at the professional level. He coached under him at DC United and took over for him when he left to go to the U.S. national team, and then took over for him at the national team when he got let go from there. So that's one of his mentors, and he's still, even with a guy like Arena as his mentor and the success he's had, can't break into a top league. I'm not even talking about an Arsenal or Manchester United. A lower team in a top league would probably benefit from his knowledge, and he doesn't just have MLS knowledge now. Now he has worldly football knowledge. He's worked with guys in different countries now. He's learned different things, picked up new schemes and new ideas. So it's not just an American mindset now. It's a world football mindset now. And it's really disappointing that a guy like Bradley with his success and his experience can't get a chance. And this is why it's so hard for for football to become popular here is we don't see managers, players getting any real chances abroad at the top to the highest levels. It's difficult for us, and it's easier to go if you're a great athlete. It's easier to go play football, basketball, baseball, where you're already in the mecca of that sport, and become managers like you. You're a youth coach. If you ever wanted to venture up, it would be difficult for you just because of where you're from, even though you're knowledgeable and if you have experience. It's ridiculous.
It is, but that's just the harsh reality of being an American and venturing into a sport that is well known and well played around the world, except for the country that we live in. I mean, hell, we live in a country that changed the name, that changed it to soccer, and then made football and made football their own.
Well, England actually did it first. So it's funny they hate us for it because they actually did it first. So we took soccer from them. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, but still, we could have kept it football if we wanted to, like every other, like everybody else around the world. We could have kept it the same name.
That's just a petty argument. I hate that argument. I hate when people bring that up. It's so petty. How dare you have a different culture and different names for my sport that I love? How dare you? We should all be the same. Shut up.
We should.
I really hope Bob Bradley gets a chance here soon because young football managers or aspiring managers, it'll benefit them if he goes, and hopefully he has success. We don't want him to burn out.
Well,
that makes it worse.
What it's almost like, I mean, the shoes on the other foot, looking at Team USA.
You know, you get, Bradley and Reina in there, but then you want them fired quick.
Oh, bring in the German coach because he's German and he played for the German national team.
So it's like we have this high expectation of the team, and they haven't lived up to it yet. I mean, let's be honest. We were expecting to make the knockout stage, if not go further. I mean, that's what we expect now with the German coach who played on a World Cup winning German national team.
Well, we did have a tough group stage, and then we did get a tough draw with Belgium in the second round. Here's a question for you then. Would you want Bob Bradley back now that he's been abroad and learned some new things? Would you take him back as the men's national team manager?
After seeing what Klinsmann has done with it, I don't know, because I feel like Jurgen Klinsmann has pushed his players a lot more to go overseas and play.
You love that.
I think I think it's beneficial to them. But I can't argue. I mean, Bradley didn't have a bad stint when he was with us.
He beat Mexico quite a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Klinsmann already passed him in most wins, though.
Yeah.
So it's. I don't know.
Klinsmann has a group coming through too, though.
Yeah, well, he's kind of. I mean, hell, he caught Donovan on the tail end of his career. He's caught. I mean, Dempsey's coming up to his tail end. Howard's coming up to his tail end. So.
But we're a more complete team now.
Yeah, we are. We are. We are. We have a lot of guys getting a lot of good experience. I mean, just around the world playing and getting their chances, getting their call-ups. Except for Breck Shea. He'll get his, though.
We need Pulisic to get his, too. He got a second goal. Oh, speaking of that, Jordan Morris, by the way, 2 straight goals in 2 straight games for goals.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Told you.
I saw that.
Give him time. He's going to be a beast. Jordan Morris.
Hey, I'm hoping he becomes a beast. I'll be happy. Well, I'll be pleased. But to answer your question, I think I would stick with Klinsmann for right now.
Would you?
Just because, just because I think he's finally getting his team to where he wants them to be, and getting his players to do what he wants them to do. I hope maybe I'm just not being a realist right now,
That's kind of what I'm hoping. I see a lot of young talent, so I think the future is bright for him, and they're his guys. So,
All right.
but
hopefully Bob Bradley becomes a European success then, if not.
Yeah.
Just because we need that, man. We need a great player overseas, and we need a great manager overseas to really be like, all right, maybe they do know what the hell they're talking about and doing over there.
Yeah.
Here's some world news for you. AC Milan is now being targeted for a takeover by China's richest man, Jack Ma.
yes.
So
Did you
AC
see one of his players?
No.
Oh, I wish I had it up still. He is giving away one of his players for free.
Really?
I had it on my phone. Then my phone screwed up. I had to restart and I lost it. But one of his players has a transfer fee of free 99 is his transfer fee. He's just giving players away. He's giving them away.
Well, they are an old roster. That would be huge for AC Milan, though. Maybe they'd actually come back. Maybe. All right, we'll move on to our goal, save, and fail of the week. It's my favorite segment. Morgan Garver, what do you got for our goal of the week?
My goal of the week, which I shared with you earlier in the week, Anderson Pico of Dnipro, a Ukraine Premier League,
Had a wonderful outside of the foot free kick
that would have made Roberto Carlos smile ear to ear. Now, Carlos, if you ever get a chance, look at some of his game tapes and his highlights. He was known for taking a free kick and hitting it with the outside of his foot and bending it back in. So instead of a David Beckham bending it out, he kind of bent it in. And Anderson Pico had one. It was about 22, 23 yards out. And bending it outside of his foot, bending it right back in, upper 90. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful goal. So my goal of the week is Anderson Pico, and I will find that and I'll put it up on our page. Because anybody who's a huge football fan and been a football fan for a long time knows Roberto Carlos. And his free kicks were 10 times better than David Beckham's. I will watch Roberto Carlos' free kicks over David Beckham any day of the week.
I might have to YouTube those ones. My goal of the week, Morgan, comes from Spain's Division B, Segunda Division B, Spanish third tier apparently. And it is Javi Gomez, who had a 40-yard bicycle kick. I shared this one with you too.
Yeah.
He played it off his chest, did a bicycle kick from about 35, 40 yards out, and nutted it. Perfect. Goal of the year. Forget goal of the week. That's goal of the year.
I mean, a bicycle kick from about 40 yards out? That's
insane.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Too bad he's 33. Otherwise, I'd say Arsenal go sign him. He probably still would.
Is he a midfielder?
I think he is, actually.
Wenger signed him.
He's signed him. That is my goal of the week. What do you have for save of the week?
My save of the week. Now, I'm a sucker for penalty kick saves. I love penalty kick saves.
You really are.
How difficult they are.
Are you going with De Gea right now?
David, yep.
Yeah.
De Gea and his penalty kick save against Everton. I'm a former keeper, and I know how difficult it is. I know how difficult it was for me at the high school level, let alone the freaking pros, and how fast that ball moves. And it's really just a guess. So, there's different things, you can watch the hips of a player. You never look at their eyes because they can trick you. But you kind of watch their hips and the way they're kind of moving. But penalty kick saves are a thing of beauty. And David De Gea, penalty kick save against Everton.
Mine, I'm going to stick with our Gunners here and go with Peter Cech against Sunderland.
Almost picked that one.
Yep.
Almost picked that one.
Of all the bad things and negative things of last week, Peter Cech did keep a clean sheet, and he had a great double save on Sunderland. The attacker came down the right side, had a great shot, and He punched it out, went back to another Sunderland player from top of the box and put it to the right corner. So the check goes from the ground up all the way to the right, and one hands it out of bounds for a corner kick. And he really saved our bust there because that could have been the game winner. And forget 5 points, we'd be sitting at 4.
You know how difficult that is to do? To go from the ground and get up that quick?
And you go all the way across goal, too?
Yeah. That is beyond difficult.
That's one thing that I try and teach my daughter is getting up off the ground quick. Because it's one thing to make the save and get down, but if you don't hold on that ball and give up the rebound, you have to get up quick. And that is probably the most difficult things to do is to go from the ground. Is to get low and get down and make the save, but then get up and get ready for the rebound without living in the moment of that save that you just made.
So Peter Cech is my save of the week. Obviously a good one if the goalkeeper himself says it's a good one. And we have the same fail of the week. Who was our fail of the week, Morgan? Again, same one.
Our fail of the week for the second week in a row is Zinedine Zidane with his SpongeBob impersonation of ripping his pants.
What is going on with this man?
Why? Wait, he needs to fire his tailor.
He needs to hire somebody else to size him up right, because obviously he can't crouch down and twirl around like a ballerina in a fit of rage without ripping his pants. What is going on with this man? Why can't he stop ripping his pants?
It's those skinny trousers, man.
It's those skinny slacks.
Skinny slacks. How terrible is that? Two games. Is that 2 UCL games in a row?
Yeah, because the other one was when
Wolfsburg.
Was when Ronaldo had that hat trick.
Yeah. So that's 2 UCL games in a row. Seriously, find a new tailor. Put that dude. Can you give him a review on his online website? Because it wouldn't be a good one. So Zidane is our fail of the week again for the same thing. Ripping your trousers on national television yet again. Stop! Don't get so excited. Just be like Wenger. Just sit there. Just
the same emotion, happy or not, the same emotion. But I will give it to Zinedine though. He is a very emotional coach.
He celebrates when something good happens. When Ronaldo gets a hat trick, he celebrates, rips his trousers. Or something bad happens, he rips his trousers in a fit of rage.
He's a manager lottery winner. All right. Your first top level manager is Real Madrid with that team. Get out of here.
Yeah, how freaking lucky do you get?
He was a great player for them too. I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Pick'em. I'll update the standings when we're done, but it's not looking good for me. But I'm gonna turn it around this week. We both had really good weeks last week. I think. I'm pretty sure we both had really good weeks. Let me bring that up. The point totals: 8, 4, and 3. So that's not bad. 8 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. And it looks like you did the same thing. We both went 8, 4, and 3 last week.
It's a bummer.
How's that a bummer?
I'm trying to increase my lead.
I don't know how that worked out, but yeah. So you're still 6 points up going into this week, but I'm about to take it back. So we'll start off in La Liga. You got Valencia versus Villarreal.
I'll go Valencia.
I'm going Villarreal. Bundesliga, Wolfsburg versus Borussia Dortmund.
BVB.
I have BVB as well. Russian League, Lokomotiv or Spartak.
Spartak.
I'm going Lokomotiv. Serie A, Sassuolo versus Verona.
Verona.
Only because you can pronounce it right.
Pretty much.
In the MLS, we're going to go with the Montreal Impact versus Colorado Rapids.
You didn't tell me who you had for Serie A.
Sassuolo. Lolo?
Sassuolo. All right.
Oh, lo. There we go.
Speaking of Serie A, we didn't even mention who their winner was.
Oh, Juventus is not. That's another one of my worldwide ones I was thinking about and I forgot. Thank you. Juventus has won their 5th straight now. And that'll change once this new Chinese owner with his 700 million influx comes in for AC Milan.
All right, MLS, I'll go with Colorado.
I have Montreal. Oh, and there was a team in Serie B in Italy, who's getting promoted for the first time.
Really?
So yeah, I can't remember the name of the team. I'll look it up, put it on the thing. But congrats to them. First ever promotion. We had Bournemouth this past year coming up to EPL for the first time ever, and they're staying.
Mm-hmm.
So congrats to that Serie B squad. EPL time. We have Aston Villa versus Watford.
It's a no-brainer. Watford.
Is that sad that like both of us are like no brain Watford? Poor Aston Villa, man. This is a bad year. Newcastle versus Crystal Palace.
I'll go with Newcastle.
I'm going
They
Newcastle.
need to win.
I love the way they're playing right now, dude. They're inspired. Stoke versus Sunderland.
Stoke.
I'm going Stoke as well. We have West Brom versus West Ham.
Picked West Brom last week. They held on for the tie. I'll go with West Ham.
Leading us on there, huh? And then letting us down. Everton versus Bournemouth.
Everton.
I'm taking Bournemouth, man. Everton is a mess right now. They're a hot mess. I'm not touching them with a 10-foot pole. Bournemouth for me. Our beloved Gunners are playing tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time or Central Time, 12:30 your time. I don't know what it is in England later on. Arsenal versus Norwich. Who you got?
Is it bad that I'm almost thinking Norwich?
That's terrible.
No, I'll go Arsenal.
Yeah, me too. One of these times I'll be right with them. Sunday, Swansea versus Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Swansea's already checked out, man. They're gone. They're like on vacation already. They're just happy they survived. Man U versus Leicester.
This will be the game of the week. Game of the weekend, I should say. I don't want to pick Man U. I'm so tired of picking them.
Man U.
I have Man U as well. Vardy did get his extra game suspension for berating the ref. He's out. We just talked about Leicester as a complete team, but I mean, have we really believed it all year? I still don't believe it.
No. I mean, they're one win away from wrapping it up.
Yeah,
And
one win away.
I don't think, yeah. And I don't think even when they do, I'll still believe it.
No, me neither. Southampton versus Man City.
You know what? I'm going to go with Southampton on this one.
Thanks for the W. I am Man City. Chelsea versus Tottenham. Can they both please just lose terribly?
Yeah. You know what? Give me Chelsea.
I'm going with Tottenham. This is like 5 weeks in a row now where I've picked Tottenham and Man U.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I hate this season. I want this year to end. This has been the worst.
Dude, this is – yeah. I want to look back. When this season is over, we should sit down and look and see when exactly it went wrong for us. Like, when it went wrong. I thought we had a chance beating Leicester City on what was a walk-off goal.
Yeah.
Even though they were down to 10 men. But winning in a walk-off goal, I thought that would have been where we kind of solidified our spot on top of the table. But I feel like it went downhill from there. Like, they were okay with that win. Like, okay, we got the win against Leicester City. Now we're done.
That's a good idea. When the season's over, we'll make that a segment. As our show for this week, Sunday, I go to the great Sporting Park for Sporting KC versus LA Galaxy. I get to see Steven Gerrard live and in person Sunday night. Is it bad?
That is the only good thing. That is
bad?
the only good thing about these guys coming over here. So you can go watch them.
Is it bad that I'm a Sporting fan and I'm more excited to see Steven Gerrard?
No, because he's well known. He's a national known player. He's a star.
And I get to see
He's a
Zardes.
captain.
I'm excited about seeing Zardes too. I got front row seats, so I'm gonna be yelling all their names. Gerrard, you
Get
suck!
some autographs.
Arsenal's better.
You will. please say that. They'll come over and punch in the face.
Probably. I'd knock that midget out.
Yeah, right.
So that's our show. We thank you all for listening. We come out every Saturday morning. Follow us on Twitter I almost did it again. USA at USA Gooners Pod. Like us on Facebook, the American Gooners Podcast. And Morgan, it was fun with you, man. We got another one coming up on Sunday. Should be fun.
It's always fun. I'm looking forward.
All right, y'all have a great week. Have a good night.